industrial estate. Now, before going to the topic, let's start with the introduction part for industrial estate. Now, you all know that to start a small scale industry, there are many basic requirements. The requirements may be material, labor. So there are many things that is required to start a business. Now, suppose imagine a person who has an excellent idea about the business, but if he doesn't have a required finance, if he doesn't have a space to start a business, then he may have to face a problem in starting a business, whether it may be a small scale industry or large scale industry. Now, coming to industrial estate, we'll start with the meaning of industrial estate. What do you mean by industrial estate? You might have heard the term estates. Now, what is estates is, it's a place where you will get all the basic facilities, all the basic infrastructure facilities it may be. Now, if you talk from the perspective of industrial estates, what is industrial estate is, it is area zoned for industrial activities with the basic infrastructure facilities. Now, this infrastructure facilities, it includes, it may be water supply, it may be electricity, it may be road, or it may be any other thing that will help the business organization in starting a business. Now, we'll go to the objectives of industrial estates. Coming to objectives, the first one is to provide infrastructure facilities. Now, as we were discussing in the meaning, infrastructure facility, in the sense it may be water, it may be power, it may be road, transportation. So what is the basic necessity for a business organization that should be provided? Now, when you are giving an industrial estate, now it is also meant that you will be getting all the basic facilities for your business organization. Next is to encourage the development of small scale industry. Now, if you are talking about small scale industries, the small scale industry, as the name indicates, where the size is limited, it may be limited in a capital, it may be limited in the size number of employees. Now, know that the most of the income for a small scale industry, it comes from most of the income of a country. If you take the gross GDP, whatever we call it as, it comes, the main sources from small scale industries. Now, if you can contribute to the development of small scale industry, that's the best part you can do as a head of the country or anything like that. Now, when you are providing an industrial estate, it will also contribute to the development of small scale industry. Coming to the next one, to spread industries in a rural and backward areas. Now, what happens is, the many times you might have seen, since in a rural urban areas you get all the basic facilities which without much difficulty you will be getting. So most of them, they'll be interested in starting the business in rural areas. Now, what the government have done is, by introducing the concept of industrial estate, they have made it very clear that it is not only the rural areas, the urban areas also will get advantage of small scale industries. So now, if you are starting your industrial estate, suppose tomorrow government takes an initiative of starting a rural industrial estate in a rural area. Now, obviously, the one who is interested, he may shift. Suppose if all the raw materials are available, if it is a convenient place for you to start a business, now you may move from your urban concept to the rural areas where the industrial estate is established. That's one more objective of providing of industrial estate. And the next one, to develop entrepreneurship. So as you all know that the ultimate objective here is to development of entrepreneurship. So entrepreneurship means to one, suppose if there are many persons who are willing to start a business, now if you can provide them with the basic facilities, now you can encourage them with the basic facilities, now the people will be interested in starting a business unit. Now, in turn, when you are providing an industrial estate, the half of the burden of searching for a place, land for your business organization, it may be reduced. Now what happens is, now when you have a well-established industrial estate, so it automatically encourages the entrepreneurship development in any country for that matter. So these are the objectives of industrial estate, why industrial estate is established. Coming to the next one, advantages. What are the advantages of the industrial estate? The first one is reasonable cost. So when the government starts, suppose imagine the government is taking the initiative of establishing an industrial estate, they'll not charge that much high amount where you may have to suppose be investing in that particular, suppose if you're buying that particular land. Now, when the government is taking the initiative, obviously their main intention is to develop a small scale industry. Now what happens is, so when you are providing an industrial estate, the price that you are charging for the companies who are coming there, it will also be a reasonable price. You will not charge too high price for that particular land. So based on the requirement of the society, based on the trend in the society, you will be fixing the cost. That usually it will be a reasonable cost. Then availability of service centers. Now what do you mean by service centers? You know that every business organization at one or other point of time, they may require basic services like repair shops, or it may be any other laboratories for testing your product. Now when the government is establishing, or anyone, it doesn't mean that always the government establishes this, there are many private estates also available. Now when you are starting an industrial estate, now what happens is, it will be coming with the basic infrastructure facilities, which includes your repair shops, which includes laboratories. So inbuilt with all these basic requirement, it comes. So now when you are starting a business, it is not your headache to start with all the requirements which is required for your business organization. So when you are starting your business in industrial estate, it means that it will come with the basics, that is service centers, whichever it is required, it will come with that only. So that's one advantage. Then minimum initial capital. If you take developing countries or underdeveloped countries, the main problem faced by any person, entrepreneur or anyone who is willing to start a business is that capital required for their business organization. They may be finding it difficult to get acquired the required capital. They have to either borrow it from the banks or financial institutions. Now, if you are investing on everything, it may be for raw materials, it may be for machinery, it may be for your building that you are constructing, it may be for land that where you are starting your business, the cost may go on increasing. Now, when you are getting this industrial estate ready estates, that's cost whatever you have to incur on the land, the burden of that particular thing, it may be a little bit reduced for the person who is starting the business. That's one more advantage. Then availability of suitable space. Now, as I told in the previous point, no need to search for the place. Then now, if you see the today's scenario, the main problem is the availability of space or land for any business. Doesn't mean that it's only for business organization. Even if you're going for any other purpose, it may be construction of house, construction of building, the main problem is space. The land, it is not available. Now what happens is, suppose if 10 persons are planning to start a business, there should be a 10 space which is also suitable for your business organization. Now suppose if the government or if anyone comes with the industrial estate, now that 10 persons, they can together shift to that particular place, they can start their business where your burden of searching for a land can be reduced. That's one more advantage you will enjoy. Then promote the spirit of cooperation. Now what is cooperation is, when you are using somebody else's property, that means you'll have a good relationship with the person who is giving you that. It may be government, it may be any private individual, the owner of that particular land. So when you are using his property, it will automatically build the relationship between you and the person providing that particular land. So it will automatically contribute to the promotion of a spirit of cooperation between the persons. So these are the few advantages of your industrial estate. Coming to the next topic, you have types of industrial estate. So industrial estate, it comes in different forms. Say if you take up previous years, like in 1955, the government of India took an initiative of starting a industrial estate. But after that, there was a shift from government to private sectors. Even private individual persons, they are ready to provide the industrial estates. Now, what are the basic types of industrial estates that we have? Coming to types, it is classified on the 4 basic categories, that is on the basis of function, on the basis of setup, on the basis of location, and on the other types, other variants whichever we have. First we'll go to the first one, that is on the basis of function. So on the basis of function we have two types, general industrial estate and specific industrial estate. Now we'll see in particular what is general industrial estate. General industrial estate is nothing but it is an estate or space provided for any business for that matter. Doesn't mean that it's only for one stream of business you are providing the estate. It is only for one category you are providing the business. No. When you are taking the case of general, it is in general for all the categories of business, whichever it may be you are planning to start. That means all the basic amenities with which it comes, it may be suitable for all the types of business organization. And if you take the Indian scenario, how it started, there the most of the industrial estates are of this type, that is general industrial estates. Coming to the second one, it's specific industrial estate. So it's somewhat opposite of your general industrial estate, which means that for a specific purpose, it may be horizontally independent or vertically independent. For a specific purpose, for a specific business, when you're starting an industrial estate, it is called as your specific industrial estate. Coming to the second category, you have on the basis of setup. So on the basis of setup, industrial estate can be classified into three types. One is government industrial estate, private industrial estate and cooperative industrial estate. Now we'll see what is government industrial estate. As the name indicates, it is started by government. Any industrial estate, it is started by the government, it is called as government industrial estates. The second category we have is private industrial estate. As the name indicates, private industrial estate, it is the initiation taken by the individual, private person, not by the government, to start an industrial estate. It is called as private industrial estate. Coming to the third category, you have cooperative industrial estate. Cooperative in the sense it may be 50% by the government, 50% by the private individual. Suppose the land may be by the government and the person who is investing to start an industrial estate may be a private individual person. So when they do it together, it is called as your cooperative industrial estate. So the second category is on the basis of setup. We have seen three types: government, private and cooperative. Coming to the next category, on the basis of location. So on the basis of location, industrial estate is divided into three types: urban industrial estate, semi-urban industrial estate and rural industrial estate. As the name indicates, urban industrial estate is that one industrial estate which is started in an urban area. Suppose if you opt the place to start an industrial estate is an urban area, if you start your industrial estate, it is called as urban industrial estate. Semi-urban, the same way, in a semi-urban area, when you are selecting your space for industrial estate, it is called as semi-urban industrial estate. In the rural areas, when you set up your industrial estate, it is called as your rural industrial estate. Coming to the last category, the other types. Apart from these main categories, there are certain other types also in the industrial estate. Amongst them, the first one is ancillary industrial estate. Ancillary industries, as you all know, it's a small scale industry that provides the inputs for large scale industries. Now, there are certain industrial estates which is exclusively meant for providing a space for ancillary industries where the output of one industry will be served as an input for other industry. The main purpose of ancillary industry here is that their output will be treated as an input for the large scale industry. So when you are providing the industrial estate for these type of industries, it is called as your ancillary industries. The next one is functional industrial estate. Now what is functional industrial estate is when you are providing an industrial estate for producing of similar type of product which are unique in nature, similar type of product. If you are providing a space in an industrial estate, it is called as functional industrial estate. Coming to the last one, you have workshop bay. Workshop bay is nothing but it's a small space provided for the workshops. Suppose if you have an industrial estate exclusively for the workshop purpose, if you are providing a small space, it is called as your workshop bay. So these are the categories of types of industrial estates it is there in particular types. Now, we have seen the advantages, we have seen the objectives, we have seen the different types. But if you take the Indian scenario, now what happens is this concept of industrial estate is not 100% success. Now, what made this failure of this industrial estate concept in India? There are certain reasons. I have just listed four reasons. What might be the reason for the failure of the industrial estate? Coming to the reasons for the poor performance, first one we have absence of pilot survey. Now, what is pilot surveys? See, before starting anything, you should have an idea on where you are starting your business. Suppose if you are starting in particular place where nothing is available, it may be labor, it may be raw material. If no basic facilities are available in that particular area, suppose tomorrow if you go and start your industrial estate there, no business will be, no company will be, industry will be attracted towards your industrial estate, because to get for them the basic requirements are raw material. Suppose if you can't provide it with an ease of that particular thing, then industries may not be interested in the area where you are starting a business. Suppose imagine you are starting a business in an area where the labor is very costly. That time also the industries, before moving into their estates, they'll think twice. So any decisions for that matter when you take, you have to think twice or thrice whether to see whether that place is suitable for you or not. Now, so before thinking on starting an industrial estate, you have to just do a survey which says that whether it's suitable for your business or not. The next one is lack of clear policy. Lack of clear policy in the sense, so before establishing an industrial estate, you should have a clear-cut policy regarding what are the things that you're providing, what is the rent that you're going to fix, what is the hire purchase amount you're going to get from the parties, how many industries can fix in that particular place. So everything have to be planned. Suppose unplannedly if you do an industrial estate, now that when you don't have a clear policy, that might be the one more reason for the failure of the same. Next, delay in providing infrastructure. So, basic infrastructure, that's the main purpose. Everybody will be attracted towards your industrial estate. Suppose if you provide all the basic facilities, all the basic infrastructure facilities, then it will be the best part from what you can do for a business organization. Now what happens is, suppose if you don't have a laboratory system, suppose if you don't have workshops, suppose if you don't have a basic facilities which is required, power supply it may be. Now when you're not providing any of the infrastructure facilities, then it will lead to a failure of your industrial estate. So delay in providing infrastructure, and the last one is lack of follow-up. See, what happens is, many of the times you will be so eager in setting up something, you will be so eager in starting your business organization, but once after starting up, you may not even turn back and see what is going on in your industrial estate. So now as an owner, if you are starting an industrial estate, it is your duty to see that you are providing, you are seeing to the all on day-to-day activities that is going on in your industrial estate. Suppose tomorrow if somebody comes and asks you which all the industries are there, what are the facilities that you have provided. Suppose as a owner, if you only doesn't know what are the things that you are providing for your industries, then it will be like without a proper follow-up, it is very difficult to maintain an industrial estate. So when you are starting an industrial estate, so you have to see that everything is working properly, all the facilities that you are provided is perfect for the scenario, and all the requirements are satisfied. Any problems, if anything is happening in the business organization, you have to look into that problems as well. Now these points, if you can look at these points, then that failure rate you can reduce, and when you can increase the number of industrial estates, obviously it will contribute to the development of a country. When you have many large scale industries, small scale industries coming up, that will automatically increase the national GDP or whatever it is. Now it's very important from the government point of view or from the point of view of an individual to provide the basic facilities. If one is interested in starting a business, if one has all the ideas, if one has the proper facilities to start a business, obviously everybody will come up with an idea of starting a small scale industry.